saw. He's got plenty of pace, and they've always believed in this horse. Drop back here and have a look at number 6. This is Steel Alley. What a lovely individual he is. Imagine, Sam Thomas, you remember, won the Gold Cup on Denman, and there's only a very few jockeys who've gone on to train winners at the festival, and you're looking at some of the great stars of the past. It would be a huge achievement. He's a brilliant target trainer. He's only got a small team of horses, and he's done a great job with this lad. Here's his number. Quick. Can Nicky Henderson get that quick fire double? All class. It's not got a great record for 5-year-olds in this race. They used to get an allowance. They don't anymore. He's a horse that's very athletic. He's very light framed, isn't he, compared to the other ones we've seen. He's actually quite relaxed for him. I know he's on his toes, but actually I've seen him worse than this. I think he looks in great shape.
Well, Kopek Board comes into this race with one run over fences in public. Charlie McCarthy alongside me. Charlie, there's been no secret about the fact that he's also done some work with other good horses to help get his experience up. What more can you tell us about this?
Sure. Willie rang me for the first time after Fairyhouse and said it was a marvellous performance. Look, trouble-free once he goes back in one piece, but he's a horse of a lifetime that I never will get anymore. We love him, the family loves him, but listen, if he jumps, he wins.
If he jumps, he wins. The big clash between Lulambe is something that racing fans are excited about. We know you love your horse. Obviously, we all want them to come home safe and sound. But just as a sports person, someone who loves the sport, how much are you enjoying this clash between these two horses in particular?
I love it. I love it. I love competition. But Kopek has so much speed, I actually think nobody will stay with him. All going well for him.
We love your confidence, and we wish you and the team the very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Don't you love that confidence, Rish? Well, here is Kopek Board. We were blown away by him last year in the Supreme, where he literally blitzed his rival. He had that chip in the knee, they had to take it out, and that's meant they've had to take their time. He's just had the one run over fences, as you heard. Willie's gone for the hood. We know he quite likes to do that. He's the most beautiful, strong horse. He's very compact. You can see why he's so pacey when you look at the power behind the saddle. And listen, we know he'll be prepared. Don't worry about that. Have a look at this girl. I'm a big fan of Buggies. She's the only mare in the race. She's always like this. She's an absolute bubble, bundle, ball of fire. She's pacey. She jumps brilliantly. Again, look at that power behind the saddle. She is a little bit warm, but all the lads will tell you that's totally normal for her. She's got the hood as well. I agree with Rich, though. How hard a race did she have at the Dublin Racing Festival? We just don't know. But she's pacey and she jumps brilliantly. And of course, she's also a festival winner, 2025 County Hurdle winner.
Well, Sam Thomas has got, in fairness, he's had a few smart novices this season, but Steel Alley is the horse lining up here, Sam. Now, he has had the most wonderful start to his career over fences. What made you decide to pitch him in here?
Why not? You know, he's second highest rated novice in the UK, and you know, why shouldn't we be here?
How do you think he'll go against Lulambe and Kopek Board, who everyone's building up?
Look, I think on racings we've got it all to do, but I think racings as novices is maybe less significant. Kopek Boards could be absolutely anything, and you know we might just well get put in our place. But we're happy to be here. Fingers crossed he puts in a good round of jumping, and please God, he should stay up the hill well.
I just want to have a quick word with your owner, Di. I know he's in the middle of a conversation. Sorry, Di. I just wanted to have a very quick word with you about how you're feeling about your horse's chances today.
Well, I don't think he's going to win, but if he gets a place, I'd be quite happy. But if you're not in it, you can't win it.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck. Thanks, Di.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So Sam saying Kopek Board could be anything. Here's Paul Townend looking for a fourth Arkle. The horse looking to do what Shishkin, Altior and Duvan did and win the Supreme and come on and win the Arkle. We haven't seen him though, Ruby, for 113 days. There's rumours of brilliant pieces of work at Fairyhouse and Punchestown. Have you Saturday?
I did ride him, Ed, but not at Fairyhouse of Punchestown. I rode him on the flat. There's no way I was going to ride him over fences. And look, he would give you an incredible feel and easily could have been in the champion hurdle. But look, when I watched him here last year, unlike those other horses you mentioned, Altior, Shishkin, Duvan, they looked like naturals going chasing. There was question marks about Kopek the Board. He'd been very sloppy once or twice at Leopardstown. And what he does when he's jumping is that he tends to get his hind end down way too quick. See him here in the air where his hind end is twisted. His hind end should be coming underneath him to land galloping, and at times he does land static. And when he went to Navan on his first start over fences, at the very first fence, that's exactly what he did. He charges down with Paul Townend, gets up in front, but watch how quickly his hind end land. He puts them down behind him instead of pushing him forward to make him gallop away from the fences. So he lands almost static. He did the same at the second fence with Paul on this occasion, but after that then he started to warm up. He started putting his hind end under him and getting his hind legs level with his front legs to initiate the next stride of galloping. By the fourth last fence he was into a decent enough rhythm, got in close and got his hind end under him so he lands moving. He has all the ability, he just has to jump. He warmed up in Navan. At Punchestown he landed a little static, but at Fairyhouse he was much better, and by the time he got to the last fence he was doing what chasers need to do, and that's get up in front. He does get up in front, he's brilliant with his front legs. That should make sure he gets around. Just what he has to do is land galloping. There's a huge engine, he just has to do it jumping wise. Brian, what's it like in the betting ring?
Oh, there's some atmosphere here, Ruby. It's definitely Ireland versus England. The English want to be with Lulamba, but listening to you and listening to Charlie McCarthy and listening to Team Mullins, there's huge confidence on this Kopek the Board as well. One punter went in here to Sid Hooper, just about Lazafields pan right here. And to Sid Hooper momentarily ago and had 8 grand to win 14 on Kopek the Board. He's now at 5-4, each of two. Pushed it back out as I'm talking to you. It's the stock exchange here at Cheltenham. Now 11-8 Kopek the Board. More English money for Lulamba and Fitzbet Lazafields pan left. You can see 5-4 each of two. It's take your choice. Ireland versus England. Blink and you'll miss him in the Arco.
So here they emerge. Still Allied coming out. Jax Jr.'s already gone to post. Lulamba. Oh, he is a looker. Here comes Kopek to board. Meg, which camp are you in?
Oh, I've been so torn. I think I've just gone with Kopek to board. Look, we've said it, the jumping. If he can get into that rhythm, I do think he's got the biggest engine. But not only Kopek to board with his jumping, don't we have to question Lulamba's jumping as well? Because albeit at Newbury the ground was very different, but we've seen on occasion that he can make errors that could be crucial. So, but between the two of them, short price, joint favourites in areas, they've both got jumping questions.
Just a slight concern there as he came out onto the chute. Stablemate Cargasi behind him, Danny Mullins riding, the mare of Kenny Alexander's. So those are the two Mullins contenders. Willie looking for a 7th win. So I'll ask that question to you, Mick. Well, the worries about Lulamba, very good in the end in the game spirits at Newbury, but you're concerned about his jumping, you're concerned about if he's got the speed to win a race like this, and you're concerned about 5-year-olds in this race. In the last 20 years, 17 have been beaten, no one's won it. Mavra went close, obviously. But Voiper Estella is the last to do it in 2006. That's 20 years ago.
Yeah, it is. But look, this horse, he's always looked like a chaser, and that's why Nicky was keen to explore this option for him. There's no doubt down the line, he'll be a horse that you'll see running over 3 miles. I've no doubt about that. He's got the pace. He won a 4-year-old champion hurdle at Punchestown on decent ground. Punchestown is a quick track, and he travelled really well. I think he learned an awful lot in that game, Cyril. I'm certainly hoping so. He won't get away with slow jumping round here, and he'll need to be sharper. He's looked sharper since that race.
You know, Donnelly's black and yellow haven't had much luck this season. They won this with Shishkin a few years ago, and here comes Dylan Johnson to meet Luke.
Yes, Dean Allies, a gorgeous looking horse. Looking forward to this, Dylan? Good, sit tight, looks absolutely magnificent. Here comes Kopek de Boers, we know what he's like. He's keen going to post, he wears that hood, he likes to get on with the job. He goes a tremendous gallop, he really does. Paul always shows his horses the first fence, gives them a reassuring pat down the neck. Good luck. Here's the man of the moment. Look at him, all smiles after that success. The Supreme, well done, Nico. And Carjesi just going past us there. So he's Kopek de Boer's good, but he's a real live wire when you watch him.
Aha, we know who they're backing. What's happening in the exchanges, Ollie?
Well, look, some will be on heads, some will be on tails here. It looks a bit of a coin flip between Lulamba and Kopek de Board, and it's Lulamba who's just edging it on the exchanges. 2.34 currently about Lulamba, 2.56 now Kopek de Board. The late money on the exchanges is for Nicky Henderson and Nico de Bonville to have another winner here at Cheltenham today.
Who do you want to ride, AP?
I think I'd like to ride Kopek de Board. I think it was exciting because he'd travel and he's got loads of pace. Lulamba, I think, will definitely be better on this ground than he was at Newbury. I'll be happier jumping off the nicer ground. There is, as Mick said, the element that he is more of a stayer, and this could turn into that. And the likes of Cargeese and Steel Alley are a good horse in their own right. Cargeese is a county hurdle winner, second to Marsman in a triumph. Like, she's not without a chance either. So, fascinating race. But I would like to ride Kopek de Board. I think he'd be exciting.
You'd imagine he'll go from the front. What will Nico do?
I think he'll go a little bit wide because you saw him at Newbury. He went down the inside. That's because he wanted to be on that best strip of ground. I think he'll give himself a little bit of elbow room here and allow this horse an opportunity not to get busted around on the inside.
I think probably just the option in case he's not travelling, that he can go.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a bit of room rather than be stuck in the inside and think, oh, I'm not going fast enough. I can't travel. I haven't got the pace to go where I want to go. I think it's safer for him to keep a little bit wider on.
Quick word about the others, Meg. Big runner for Lucy Wadham. Likewise, Sam Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. Jax Jr., well, one thing for sure is his jumping has just been phenomenal in his runs to date, so he's going to be trying to apply the pressure in that regard.
Lulamba set to go off favourite, Brian.
Yes, 11 to 10 Lulamba, Kopek de Board, 11 to 8 of the one Irish punter at 30,000 to 20 on Kopek.
It's the first real big head-to-head between Willie Mullins and Nicky Henderson. 11 to 10 Lulamba, 11 to 8 Kopek de Board. As they head out onto the track, we'll join Richard.
I wonder if Cargeese may go forward. She was very keen on the way down towards the start. And they're being called forward for this 2-mile contest, the Singer Arkle Challenge Trophy, and away they head. So heading towards the first of 13, Cargeese it is who shows up early. Kopek de Board on the outside of Lulamba, who's right up there early on as we arrive at the first. And a slight pack by Kopek de Board. On the inside is Steel Ally. They're mixing it pretty early here. Lulamba, if anything, a little keen as opposed to being taken off his feet early as we're quickly on towards the section. Kopek de Board didn't make a great shape there. He's the one on the back foot early, rather than Lulamba. Hansard in 5th, Jax Jr. in 6th as we make their way onto the round course. And Cargeese it is who leads. Steel Ally in 2nd, Lulamba in the yellow and black checks in 3rd place, with Kopek de Board towards the outside in the blue jacket is in 4th. Hansard and Jax Jr. as we arrive at fence number 3. They are all over. So it's Cargeese, the mare, out in front from Steel Ally. Lulamba, Kopek de Board wider out as they take that. Standard jumping pretty good, although Steel Ally was out-jumped by Lulamba there. There is a fence taken away from the stands as they race on towards the 5th. And out in the lead, Cargeese has the lead. Lulamba in 2nd, Steel Ally is 3rd, and Kopek de Board in 4th. At this stage, both Hansard and Jax Jr. both content to sit out the back as we reach the next fence, at which Cargeese is in the lead. From Lulamba in 2nd, Nick, I'll be pretty happy, I would have thought. Paul Townend less so. Mick?
Yeah, this will be a crucial fence, I feel, Richard, because you run downhill to this, and at the moment, AP, Paul, it just doesn't look like he's found his rhythm yet.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 fences have been better, but he'll be interested to see how he jumps. He's jumped it well, I think he's good now, and Cargeese is not going that quick in front, so they'll definitely be going quick the second half of the race, that's for sure.
Lulamba applying a bit of pressure to Cargeese as they head towards the water jump. We go water jump and open ditch next. And Lulamba wasn't great there, just in a bit tight. Kopek de Board beginning to warm up. Steel Ally in 4th, then Jax Jr. as we head towards the first of the ditches. Next 3 fences feature 2 ditches. Cargeese on the inside of Lulamba. Good lead by Kopek de Board. Steel Ally still there in 4th place as they make their way now climbing uphill, and this is 5 from the finish. Cargeese on the inside of Lulamba. Asked up a long stride, declined, but he was clever. Kopek de Board and Steel Ally. Nico de Boinville was very optimistic going for that long a stride. The horse declined and is still sitting in 2nd behind Cargeese. So Cargeese by about a neck or so. Lulamba in 2nd as they race towards the last ditch. Steel Ally and Kopek de Board, as Cargeese is nimble over that. In 2nd, Lulamba. Kopek de Board in 3rd. He's definitely finding his rhythm jumping wise on the 2nd circuit, and he tracks Lulamba. Steel Ally is in 4th place. Then behind those was Hansard, and Jax Jr. is last of the 6. They run downhill towards the 3rd last, so often a crucial fence. And it's Cargeese feeling some pressure now from Lulamba. then Kopek de Board as they run downhill. Steel Allies in 4th place, and this is 3 from the finish. Lulamba on the outside of Cargesi. Kopek de Board still waiting in the wings as they now reach the 3rd last. Cargesi over, Lulamba and Kopek de Board. The race beginning to bubble up for the Arkle. Cargesi now begins for the first time to try and press on. Lulamba has to be nudged to cover the move. Kopek de Board begins to improve on the outside, and they're now on the turn towards the 2nd last in the Arkle. Cargesi, Lulamba, Kopek de Board on the outside. The big 3 spin the final turn. Cargesi nimble, she's round fastest towards the 2nd last. Lulamba and Kopek de Board, 2 from the finish. Lulamba is the one that cracks in the jumping, and Kopek de Board and Cargesi go on approaching the last. Kopek de Board and Cargesi, Lulamba 3 lengths down. It is Cargesi the mare from Kopek de Board. Lulamba is staying on, but surely now Cargesi has the Arkle at her mercy. It's Cargesi by 2 lengths. Kopek de Board and Lulamba giving vain pursuit. Cargesi won the Arkle, but Danny and Willie Mullins. Kopek de Board in 2nd place. In 3rd, Lulamba, that mistake at the 2nd last, so crucial. And then a distance back to the rest. 3 great horses fighting out the finish to the Arkle. Cargesi answered riders every call. That angle off the home bend scuttled round that home turn and has come home to win from the county hurdle to this 12 months on. In 2nd, Kopek de Board, whose jumping warmed up. Lulamba, whose jumping was fine early on, but at the 2nd last, went at full pelt, gave it a pelt.
Oh, what a contest that was. Willie Mullins hits back. Lulamba was in a Mullins sandwich turning for home. Danny zip round the inside. How important was the start though, AP?
I think the race was won at the start. She jumped out, got an easy lead. She got it easy in front pretty much all the way. I thought when she went down past the wire jump, they were doing 28 mile furlongs at the start. She jumped out and she was able to dictate it from the start and go the speed that Danny Mullins wanted to go. And I think, I know that Kopek de Board did pack later on, but I think the race was won at the start. I think he was able to dictate, here we go, going to the 2nd last. It looked like he was coming to challenge Kopek de Board. I think Lulamba did as well, yeah, both of them did. What do you think, Mick?
Lulamba made a mistake there, but he was just under the pump. He probably doesn't have the natural pace of the horse in front. Kopek de Board made a mistake at the last, but I think you've got to give credit to the winning rider here, Danny Mullins. This was a very, very good ride. He went so slow early, he basically was dictating when he went.
And even though Kopek de Board did miss the last, I still think that the way she won, she was going to win anyway. I think it was one at the start.
The boys saying it was a brilliant ride, Alice.
Well, Danny, the boys who are Mick Fitzgerald and AP McCoy saying what a brilliant ride. Well done, you.
Yeah, thank you. It was good, you know. A lot is made about this filly being hot-headed and all that, but I've always had a good relationship with her, and I'd schooled her plenty at home before Paul had ridden her on the track, and in fairness to Paul, he was keeping his cards close to his chest, but he told me plenty about this one in the past as well, and we've got to judge it tactically right. You know, everyone maybe expected us to burn off in front, but I was just trying to use my jumping as my strongest asset, and even when I got headed over the 2nd last, I knew I wasn't done with yet. I hadn't burned the petrol early, and the last furlong was where she did her best work.
I mean, she is some little ball of fire, isn't she? But some performance after what looked like a hard race at the DRF.
I did, you know, but those races, they have them coming here very hard. And in fairness to Ruth, she puts up with most of the hardship at home trying to get her to do a daily canter. So my job is a little bit easier getting up and going at racing speed.
You're always dangerous when you're on a 2nd string of Uncle Willie's. You love that role, don't you?
I've been dangerous on a 25-to-1 shot of Willie too. He's just a master, you know. To be a part of that team, it's just unbelievable. And you know, to get days like this, these are not a given. These are very special days, and I'm very lucky, you know, to be used to riding Cheltenham winners, and hopefully I can ride plenty more.
Well, I'm sure you will on that. Well done.
Thank you very much.
She's a star mare. She's only the 2nd mare since 1980 to win the Arkle. Put the kettle on, did it in 2020. She's been 2nd in a triumph. She won the county hurdle. Last time out she was 2nd in an Irish Arkle. And she's done what Paddy the Plasterer did in 2009. 2nd there, winning here for Danny Mullins. Uncle Willie, who's rinsed the Arkle for a 7th time. And Danny now has 4 festival wins, Meg. First of them over fences.
Yeah, look, Danny's obviously such a huge part of the team, and we've always said you don't mind if you're riding first, second, third, fourth, or carrying on number string for Willie. You're always on a good chance, and he's given this mare a very good ride on the front end. But thanks to our Race IQ team, they've managed to come up with the stat there that Cargisi's gained 8 lengths on both Copectables and Lulamba on her jumping throughout. Obviously, Danny was saying that he wanted to use her jumping as her strongest asset to try and get others in trouble, and that is exactly what he's done. He's managed to gain valuable ground, but also, do we think this could be a bit of a, I guess, boost and a direction for us later on in the week? She was only just touched off by Romeo Coolio last time at the DRF. She's bounced out of that to win. Very, very happy connections, but maybe that's going to be a little bit of form that could work out well when we see Romeo Coolio in a couple of days' time.
Just had a quick word with Charlie McCarthy, the wonderful owner of Copectables, who says it's important you take defeat just like you take victory. Example to all youngsters watching today, and he's hopefully winning the most important battle of all, beating cancer himself. And Copectables will have other days. He's got so much talent. I sense AP were very surprised they didn't go to the front with him from the off.
Yeah, well, maybe they thought that Cargisi was going to go gallop, and I suppose when they're doing 27 miles an hour down by the water jump, that wasn't the case, and it was always going to be very hard to peg her back. I know that he made a mistake at the last. I'm not so sure with the speed that she went in front that he would have got back at her. She got the dictated and wasn't really coming back again. You know what I mean? She was going away from anything. So I think the race was one at the start. I think the speed they went was what won the race for her. Copectables is a very, very good horse. No doubt he, will come back here and win a lot of races. But and Lulamba was just a little bit like we thought. It's a little bit. He made a few little mistakes, didn't he, at the wrong time, and just cost him. He just looked like he was out of his comfort zone a little bit going 2 mile around here.
I think that was a big high five off of Patrick Mullins there, off to run round the track. But we've seen Paddy and Danny having a few angry words, but one thing's for sure, they'll be pretty happy for each other riding winners for the same team this week. And yeah, it's a big family affair, isn't it? But it's so great. It means a lot to all of them.
And when you're like to say, they were expecting Danny Mullins to go quicker on Cargisi. Danny Mullins wasn't expecting to go quicker. Danny Mullins has done what suited Danny Mullins, and sometimes as a second jockey, you kind of just have to ride your own race.
You do a little bit. I mean, and as Meg said, first, second, third string. When Tanner Ross wins the time world under the 140 millions, you've always got a chance of winning.
The Henderson camp immediately saying about Lulamba he needs further. Like Copectables, there'll be plenty more big days. And when they turn for home and the 3 of them in line, with Lulamba in the middle of the 2 Mullins big guns, it was brilliant.
But since they've changed the course here, and I'm sure AP will agree with me, on the old course, having those 2 fences in the straight, it really puts an emphasis on the jumper. When you come off that bend, you've got to meet that second last right, because we saw the complexion of the race change completely over the last 2 fences. It never used to be like that.
She zipped round the bend. The winner. But Danny Mullins, community's a big thing here. I saw you talking to school kids yesterday, and Danny Mullins and I did a session with the local kids. He was absolutely brilliant with them. Answered all their questions. One of them said, "Have you got lots of money, Danny?" He's got more now. David Casey saying well done. Harold Kirk saying well done. Willie Mullins winning at the Cheltenham Festival the 114th time. Cargisi has won the Singer Arkle. So a 7th Arkle for Willie Mullins. A first for Danny. Cargisi won at 7-1. Copectables, as the favourites flip-flop through the morning, went off 11-8. Lulamba finished in 3rd. The honeysuckle colours winning again at Cheltenham.
Well, Kenny Alexander's team has just gone crazy, Kenny. Well, I know times for you haven't necessarily been the easiest over the last year, but this will have given you a great tonic. What a performance.
Yeah, it's a tremendous performance. She got the job done.
and she's obviously an even better male than I thought. I thought she was very, very good, but these two behind her are very special horses, I think, and she's won them fair and square, yeah. So another amazing training performance with Willie, and a great ride by Danny, and yeah, she's a proper one. He told me she would win that.
Henry de Bromhead, you fancied her, yeah?
We discussed it last night. We both thought she'd win, but anyway.
I mean, you've got a nice horse in Dolly the Great, but what is it about mares with you? Honeysuckle, now Jay-Z. You don't want to ever own another gelding, do you?
No, I will never own another gelding. I sell them now, because I breed them out. I sell the geldings, I don't buy geldings. I just race the fillies, so yeah, I just run the mares, and I've been lucky that people have bought them very well for me. Like Henry's bought me a lot of very good ones, and Willie's bought me a lot of very good ones. So I've been very, very fortunate, and they've obviously been fantastically trained as well, and I'm very, very fortunate, very, very fortunate. Today was fantastic, you know, fantastic.
That was the Singer Arkle, race 2, with the champion herd, remember, at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Willie Mullins has his first winner. Costly mistakes for the Lambert the second last, Kopek de Ball at the last. Cargasi, the mare, won the Arkle.
Oh, my hair.
One side, Cheltenham! Is that my horse one? Yeah.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Hey, it's me, your extra dry skin feeling super itchy. So I demand CeraVe Intensive Moisturizing Lotion with 3 essential ceramides and MVE moisture delivery technology. It helps restore my barrier to help relieve itching and rough texture in one use. CeraVe, developed with dermatologists, demanded by me. Your skin.
When thinking about your investment provider this tax year, it pays to see the bigger picture. At JP Morgan Personal Investing, you can tap into 150 years of JP Morgan expertise with our range of managed ISAs designed to help you reach your goals. And with no management fees for the first 6 months, more of your money is invested in your future. Like that fancy kitchen you've had your eye on. Search JP Morgan Personal Investing. Invest with clarity.
Everyone's welcome on board with ITV Win Prizes. We've got spectacular prizes from all your entertainment faves, like Rugby Home Nations tickets, a camper van, your supermarket shop for a year, and £250,000 tax-free cash, plus exclusive Love Island merch. Enjoy online competitions, free prize draws, and brilliant bonus tokens at itv.com/win or on our app.
Over time, our carpets put up with a lot, more than you might notice. That's where the award-winning Vax Platinum Smartwash comes in, from the UK's most trusted carpet cleaning brand. With the Spin Scrub tool and antibacterial cleaning solution killing over 99% of bacteria, it removes 7 times more than a vacuum to revitalise carpets. Save £100 on the Vax Platinum Smartwash, now only £199.99, with payment options, 6-year guarantee, free steamer worth £49.99 and free delivery.
At Amazon, over 50% of deliveries now come with less packaging. Or no added packaging at all. We're delivering change where it matters. On your doorstep.
The all-new, all-electric Toyota CHR Plus. Available with 0% APR representative. And save £1,500 with the electric car grant. Get that Toyota electric feeling.
I do love massive long shots, a tasty Irish number, and shouting, "Go on, you beauty!"
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Now, I'm afraid there's a sad postscript to the Arkle chase because, and I'll read you the statement from Cheltenham, while running on the flat during the second race of the day, Hansard sustained a fatal injury. He was quickly dismounted and immediately attended by a team of expert veterinary professionals. In their assessment, it was concluded that the best course of action for the horse's welfare was for him to be put down, and our heartfelt condolences are with his connections, and we echo that, obviously, to the Moors, Caelan Quinn, Noel Phillies Racing Syndicate, and poor Ella Smart, who looked after Hansard. The race itself, Ruby, turning for home, was quite a race, and she was brilliant in front, wasn't she?
She was, Ed, and her jumping held up best when Danny turned it into a dash, and her jumping even held up the best. But look, there was a worry that Carghese could, or not Carghese, Kopek the board could put his hind end down too quickly early in the contest, and he did at the second fence, but he got into a good rhythm then. But as AP has said, Danny was controlling this, and as much as Nico tried to push him on Lulamba, even watch Danny at the water when he lands here and gets a lead, he's taking Carghese back. He was slowing this race down, right back to Lulamba at the ditch, both getting close, but Carghese was better, and it did turn into a dash, and Lulamba played the price at the second last. It's hammer and tongs, he steps into the middle, that's his race over, and then to the last, Carghese's experience with more runs under her belt stood up. Danny kept going and was able to go at the last. Paul sat to get a jump. Kopek rubs it, nods, and watch how the gap opens in the 3 or 4 strides after the fence. All the momentum swung with Carghese. She opened that 2 or 3 length advantage that Kopek couldn't wear back down, but it was a great ride from Danny. He controlled it. He had his gamble on jumping the last 2 fences, and it paid off.
Yeah, and you described Kopek to board and his back legs and previous running. They were costly early in the race as well. Let's hear from the beaten jockeys in the Arkle.
Tom Cannon was on Jax Jr. He made up a bit of ground late on, Tom.
Yeah, stayed on nicely, but lacked the gear for a 2-mile grade 1.
Thank you. Nico de Boinville was on Lulamba. Nico, your assessment of his performance?
Needs a bit further.
Thank you. Dylan was on board Steel Ally. He laid up in the early part of the race with them.
Yeah, they went a ferocious gallop, and I'd say his future's over 2.5, and he'll probably never go that fast again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There's Paul Townend, who was aboard Kopek. Paul, did he get into a rhythm eventually after a couple of mistakes early on?
After the first couple, he started to listen to me and respect the fences and done an awful lot right. And yeah, look, I thought I'd won without the mistake at the last, but that's it, novice chases.
I just saw you sharing a congratulations with Danny there.
Yeah, look, Danny and myself are good pals, and he does a lot of hard work in that yard, and he deserves it. So fair play to everyone involved with her. Yeah,
cheers, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Danny will now get his prize, along with Kenny Alexander, the owner there, from Tim Cockcroft, from the sponsors, Singer Capital. And Willie, who's a bit lame at the minute, isn't he? He's in quite a lot of pain, but he seems fairly mobile today. And we'll see, I'm sure, plenty more of him on the winner's podium. Mike Wainwright on the left there, sponsor of the Gold Cup, future chairman here. And well done to Danny Mullins. Torley.
Thanks, Ed. After the first 2 races, there were 340,000 that entered the ITV7. 7,200 remain, hoping to win £250,000 this afternoon with us on ITV Racing. And alongside me, 2 very famous faces who I hope will be getting involved in the ITV7 this week. Cal Freezy from the fellas in GK Barry alongside me. And Grace, this is your first time to Cheltenham, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a Cheltenham virgin.
What do you make of it all?
It's been incredible. I feel like the vibes are incredible, and also the fashion. It's amazing. They've got feathers in their hat. Everyone just looks incredible. I love it.
Well, you look absolutely outstanding today. So
Thank you,
tell us where the outfit's from.
It's from Self-Portrait, whatever that means. And yeah, I just sort of thought I'd get the vibe because everyone sort of looks quite rich. So.
well, you're sporting it very well. You're sporting it very well. Cal, we've seen you on ITV Racing before. You and the fellas have got involved in the ITV7 once again this week.
Yeah, absolutely. We started our own league, Fellas 26. If you want to join, by the way. We've got a bunch of cool prizes.
But yeah, it's not the first time we've done ITV7. I met a winner a little while back who was telling me about how he spent all his money, which is brilliant. But yeah, back again, and hopefully better luck this time.
The thing is, when you started, you were saying, oh, beginner's luck and all that. Now the roles are reversed, because you're the sort of experienced old hand, and Grace is the new one too.
Well, emphasis on old, yes.
Right, okay. Well, to be honest with you, I'm waiting for her to give her recommendation, and I'm just going to lump on that.
Okay, well, let's find out. What is your tip in the big race of Champion Hurdle today?
So I reckon it's Lossy Mouth. He's in the pink silks, which I like because it's very feminine. It's quite a bit of me.
Right, so that means that I've got to back it.
Lossy Mouth. There's someone actually just to your left who's wearing the pink silks of Lossy Mouth. Can we bring him in very quickly? This is dangerous because he might now think this is his big moment. Here we go, Mr. Bloggy.
You look wonderful.
Those are the Lossy Mouth silks. Thank you very much. As much as I'd love to speak to you, I'm going to speak to Cal and Grace. So yes, thank you very much. He's never leaving. Off you go, sir. Thank you. He's never leaving.
Poor fella, he had no idea why he was
This big moment in the sun, and I've booed him out. The point is, though, Grace, when you come to races, obviously there are plenty of people who probably know and follow the racing year round, but sort of newbies, if you like, and I don't mind me saying that about your experience of racing, can get involved in the sport.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know much about the racing or what any of it means, but I just come for the vibes. I love it here. I think it's so much fun.
Well, there are good vibes here at Cheltenham. ITV7 is open for business every day, 250 grand. Tomorrow, I'm sure that Grace and Cal will be getting involved in that. Make sure you get involved at home as well.
The vibe in the mornings is pretty good too. You see it all in the opening show back at 9 o'clock tomorrow on ITV4, and the Champion Hurdle contenders were out in force this morning. Lossy Mouth, she was easy to spot. He was smiling this morning, he'll be smiling even more now, Danny Mullins. Who are you going for in the Unibet Champion Hurdle? Can he do it again?
Excuse me, mate, you mind if I get a quick pic?
Yeah, of course, mate, yeah, right.
This is his turf. Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Hello, you. At the mercy of overpriced and unreliable broadband, our experts battle behind the scenes to get you exclusive prices at the speed you need, so you're free to live life without a glitch. Switching's never been easier. You switch. We put you first.
Have you ever felt like your investment advisor is giving you an off-the-shelf retirement plan? That they just want to put you into a box? But who wants that? At Fisher Investments UK, our investment specialists never put you in a box. We work with you to create a retirement plan that's just right for you, because it's only right for us if it's right for you. Fisher Investments UK, retirement advice that's as individual as you are.
Used to think that love was just a fairy tale. I wouldn't change a thing, cause this love is everlasting. Suddenly,
yeah, smooth, fast, reliable. Awarded UK's most reliable broadband experience 2 years in a row. Virgin Media.
Wow, what a result.
Yeah, well, we've shown conviction, and it was an unbelievable finish.
Alice?
It was never going to be easy. I liked what I saw tonight. Everyone gave 110%.
But can they do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke?
Well, Peter, we are in Stoke and it is cold. And raining.
Yes. That's right.
Victorian plumbing.
Ain't it good? Ain't it good? Ain't it good when you know what you have in your house?
The Suzuki Swift. Now with 0% APR for 4 years. So good, owners don't want just anyone having one. Suzuki. Good different.
I didn't think you lads would turn up this year. Everyone knows Cheltenham's our patch.
The last time you and a winner here still had an economy.
We're too busy trying to win a proper tournament. Yes, mate.
River dancers.
Queue lovers, stew eaters, penalty chokers.
Title munchers!
embarrassing.
We're just having a bit of crack here. Sorry.
Whoever you're backing this Cheltenham, get a completely free bet on any race on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Paddy Power.
Say Cheltenham.
Lovely work on Corto Star.
Go on!
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
This is your chance to win this prize bundle as part of the ITV7 Gold Cup sweepstake competition, worth £50,000. All this could be yours.
So for your chance to win, simply download the ITV7 app or go to itv.com/ITV7 and enter the competition to be drawn a horse at random. And if your horse wins the Gold Cup, you'll be entered into the draw for a chance to win those prizes. Entries are free, you must be 18 or over. You can only enter once. Entries close at the start of the Gold Cup on Friday the 13th of March. That's well worth a go. You can see sustainability important here at Cheltenham. The solar panels on top of the weighing room and lots of new features this year. New stage position in the Guinness Village. 3-storey hospitality by the paddock here. And after the Sedgefield race, 4,000 of you still going in the ITV7, going for £250,000. But now it gets much harder.
It does indeed. This is the repositioned Fred Winter, the McCoy Contractors Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. We'd normally be having the Mayor's Hurdle, but a reminder that's been moved through to Thursday, so it's run on the new course, and the Fred Winter moves to this day. So the first big handicap of the week. They're heading by number 1, Bertatea. Bertatea, the mount of Sean O'Keefe. 2 is Barbazon, Josh Williamson claiming 5. 3, Madness Dell for double-seeking Danny Mullins and Willie Mullins. 4 is Harwa, Sean Flanagan, and 5, Dignam, Richard Deegan. Number 6, the Mighty Celt, Harry Skelton. 7, Winston Jr., Jack Kennedy. 8, Man Lager, one of the JP McManus Cups, with White Cap, Nico de Boinville. 9, Saratoga's been weak, Mark Walsh. 10, Glen to Glen, JJ Slevin. The strongest of the McManus runners has been Mustang de Broy, looking to give James Bowen a first festival victory. 12, Pourquoi Papa for Harry Copton. 13, Hardy Stuff, Sam Ewing. 14, Amiz, Sean Bowen. And 15, Mac Toad, Kaylin Quinn. 16, Ole Ole for Keith Donahue. 17, Quinta Delago, Donna Myler. 18, Paddock Wood, Ben Jones. 19, another great Clyco for Harry Bannister. 20, Bibimus, who got in this race by winning at Sandown at the weekend. 21 is Banjo, Phil Lambert claiming 3. And 22, Mino de Mott for Brian Hayes. A big field, 22, maximum field for this year's McCoy Contractors Juvenile Handicap Hurdle, registered as the Fred Winter.
Oh, Richard, it's been a wonderful hour and a half so far. The favourite won the first, but the bookmakers got the first and second favourites beaten in the Arkle with Copic and Lou Lambert going under. Less than 90 minutes to the big one. Lassie Mount, 13-8 favourite. The new line is priced at 11-4. Brighter days ahead, 9-2. Double figures. Golden Ace, last year's winner, 12-1. 4 o'clock, live on ITV. The Fred Winter, the gamble of the day. Mustang Debris for JP McManus and Nicky Henderson. Double figures this morning. 7-2 for the Fred Winter, and money continues to come. Winston Jr., 6-1, the overnight favourite. Manlaga, 13-2. Glen to Glen for Joseph O'Brien. He's a wonderful record on the Fred Winter. This horse will love the ground, of course. Formerly trained by Jim Bolger, 8-1. 9-1 Saratoga, 10-1 Bar. But this is a punt. It's happening live in the Fred Winter. Mustang for Henderson and Berkeley boy JP.
Let's look at a couple of these runners. First we'll have a look at is Madness Dell, who goes for our last race winning connections, Danny and Willie Mullins. Different ground from when he won at Goran last time.
Winston Jr. is a horse that I know well. He was part of the Irish Racing League team when trained by Jesse Harrington. He has really caught the eye. Very impressive at Ascot and impressive in the flesh here.
Number 8, Manlaga, probably would have preferred softer conditions. She did finish ahead of Pourquoi Papa at Haydock last time, and a strong pace here today could suit her.
Horse number 9 is Saratoga. Pori Roach trains. He's trained a winner of the race before with Brazil. And this horse is coming from a similar sort of background. He ran in that Nace race that's provided a winner 2 out of 3 years. He's a smart horse.
Glen to Glen for last year's winning trainer Joseph O'Brien is a horse we've seen running well on the flat and has improved with every start over hurdles as well. Could be one to watch. There's been each way money.
Horse number 11 is Mustang Dubroy, trained by Nicky Henderson, and this horse is really interesting. He's followed a different route, this fella. He ran in the Adonis last time and ran really well, getting away from his elders.
Number 14 is Amez, who was once a Triumph Hurdle Hope. He's got a nice mark of 128, so they chose to go this way. He's had a flat preparation to make him ready for today. I thought he looked a picture in the paddock.
Horse number 20 is Bead Muss. This is the horse who he's been running on the flat, but he actually only won the other day and picked up a penalty, which allows him to get into this race. Good bit of placing by the trainer, Paul Nichols.
Well, alongside me, Justin Carthy and Ronnie Bartlett, and they've got a runner here, Winston Jr. A horse who could have run in the Triumph Hurdle. Why this race, Ronnie?
We think it was more suited to him. We thought that was the best opportunity, and we'll get the right man on board as well. It all helps.
Jack Kennedy's a very interesting booking. How did that come about, Justin?
Great booking. We were looking for a jockey. Harry Cobden rode him previously, and we said, who's next best? Came upon Jack, and thankfully he was able to take the ride, which is fantastic for us.
There are a fair few horses in this race carrying the colours of JP McManus on his 75th birthday. People expecting him to have a good day. Is that where the main danger lies?
There's more than one danger. There's another 21 there, so no, it's a great race. Very competitive, and hopefully we'll be lucky.
I suppose the real question is, would you encourage us to have a little tickle on Winston Jr.?
He's in great form. Trainer says he's in great form. We hope he runs a good race. And win or lose, we're delighted to be here.
Wish you the very best of luck.
Get the money on.
And that's from a Scottish man telling you to get the money on, so you definitely want to be listening to that. But Winston Jr. won't be a straightforward ride for Jack. You can watch him here at Cheltenham with Harry Cobden. Down to the first fence, he was quite keen, and when he lands then, look how free he gets. And he raced that way with Harry all the way up the straight in Cheltenham and down into the back straight and gave himself very little chance of winning the race. You can even see the longer the race went on, the keener he got. Now Jack will have to sit very quiet and jump into it, because if you're riding a horse that's running that keen, you can't let them attack their jumps. You have to slow them down on the takeoff sides and the jumps if you're going to get them to settle. They obviously went to Ascot then and completely changed tactics with him. They made the running. Now that was grand in a 12-runner maiden hurdle where he was much the superior horse. He settled in front, he jumped well, and he scooted away. But in a 21-runner handicap, you're not 22-runner handicap even. You're not going to get the dictate things in front. Jack will have to drop him in 3/4 the way back, look for plenty of cover, and then get a bit of luck off the home turn.
Last year at the Cheltenham Festival, there were 10 full starts. The first two races have gone very, very smoothly. Lorcan Williams is here, of course, rides Golden Ace in the Champion Hurdle. Lorcan, just explain the rules, because people at home, I know when there's a full start, they're kicking their tails, going crazy.
Yeah, no, so the procedure is we must walk in, and it's very difficult. Obviously, there's two lines. The horse has got one line and you've got another. So if one sort of jumps forward, the starter's sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he's got to make sure all the competitors have a level start.
What's it like being on the other side of the fence? Look at Jonesy up there. You can be critical like me, just slate all the jockeys for their riding. But I suppose when you're down there, the tension's high, isn't it? So the temptation is, the training's told you to make the run, so you want to be in a good position.
Yeah, very much so. You know, there's 20 odd runners in this race here now, and there could be 10 jockeys given the same instructions. So we're all fighting for that position. So we're very eager to get in front of one or the other. So, you know, like I said, the starters having to make the decision for us to all have a level playing field.
When you're as close up as I am, if there was a swear box down here, it'd be full. I promise you. I can hear you lot all going on at each other. Golden Ace, big chance.
Yeah, no, very much looking forward to it. We've come here with big hopes. She's very well, probably the best we've had her, and you know, hopefully a sound round to jump in, and we'll be there towards the end.
Make sure you get a good start, mate, please. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
The Champion Hurdle off at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so an hour and 20 minutes to go. But this is an interesting race. More horses coming to look at that hurdle. That's Hardy Stuff and Sam Ewing. And AP, I'm going to work you hard here. We've heard a lot about Winston Jr. Your tenant trains that horse. But what about the JP team? Are you surprised to see Mustang Dubroy trading as a pretty short price favourite now?
Well, he ran pretty well in the Dovecot Ed and Kempton against the Oilers. Probably didn't go fast enough for him, and he came home well enough. Manlaga, again, we thought the ground might be quick enough for her here. She won in Haydock, and I suppose Saratoga is a half-brother to Brazil who won this race. He looked like his jumping got better with each run, so you could make a good chance of them all, but obviously the market fancies Mustang the most, and maybe so, maybe he's the right one.
Interesting, you've got Jack Kennedy riding Winston Jr. What were the instructions?
He was actually, as Ruby said, he was very keen. He needs to relax. He should take him to a race, and hopefully, look, it's an unbelievably competitive race. You could make a case for any God's amount of them. Glen to Glen, Joseph Ryan has won this however many times. You know, he won a race in Cork, and he was pretty impressive. And even James Owen's horse, Meg, you think, his front run behind Manila Study's not bad either.
Yeah, his form has worked out pretty well, but I'm interested to see tactically what happens in our first handicap, because ultimately, Mick, in the first two races, the pace has held up very well. I know it's a different dynamic in that they were grade 1s and smaller fields, but with the ground being good to soft and possibly going towards good in places, do you think that it's going to be a case of you want to be fairly prominent? Because it can be hard to make up ground, or is a big field going to be different?
Big field opens the doors for you, because they'll go a gallop here. I'm pretty sure of it. You can see them. Look, they all want to be handy. The only problem that you've got is what then is going to force to go forward. And I always feel in races like around this course, especially where that last hurdle is now, people will think, I don't need to force my hand early. I love this race. I think it's been a great addition. And look, I actually thought that the horse of Pádraig Roche's Saratoga was the one to be on.
A little bit weak in the market, Brian.
Well, Mick, Saratoga is absolutely friendless. Saratoga, I'm looking around the ring. I sing 9 and 10 to 1 about Saratoga, but the money is for this Mustang. Anytime they put up 4 to 1, it's taken. With along with Sid Hooper, Fitzbet, Johnny Deneen, Chip, Star Sports, Pat O'Hare, 7 to 2. So as I speak, Mustang with Star Sports out to 4 to 1. Winston Jr. 5 to 1, 6 to 1 Manlaga, and Glen to Glen. It's amazing. 11 to 1 with one bookmaker, and only 8 to 1 with Glen to Glen with another. You have to shop around.
First big test of the starts here at Cheltenham. Let's hope they get away first time. Richard.
Yeah, plenty were keen enough when they came out, staying in that big group, just being asked to steady down by the assistant starter there. Flag is raised though. Short run to the first for this big field. Chance to catch their breath after that, and they're off and racing. So away they head. The McCoy Contractor Juvenile Handicap Hurdle, registered Fred Winter on the left-hand side. Paddock Wood is one of the first to show. Pourquoi Papa is also handy with Bibimus, the Grey Saratoga, and Barbizon as well as they rise at the first. A mistake at the back by Banjo, who is last of all. Out in front, taking a really fierce hold, is Paddock Wood, charging clear by 5 lengths. In second, the Grey Clyco, the darker Grey Saratoga, and then on the inside, Bibimus. They're followed by Pourquoi Papa and Barbizon with Quinta de Largo. Midfield for the pale jacketed Glen to Glen, who is just ahead of Mustang de Broy. Green and gold hoops and the quartered cap in midfield with Ames. Just behind Ames is Madness Dell. Towards the outside is Mino de Mott, who tracks Bertatea. Towards the inside, we have Winston Jr., who settled quite nicely towards the end, just ahead of Olé Olé as we reach flight number 2. Not the best link by Manlaga, likewise by Hardy Stuff, and dropping right to the back is Matt Toad. So moving away from us and out in the lead, it is Paddock Wood by a length from Clyco, racing in third, Saratoga on the outside of Bibimus. Then on the outside, Barbizon with Pourquoi Papa and Quinta de Largo. Mustang de Broy in midfield with Ames, Glen to Glen, and on that one's outside, Bertatea. They're being followed through by Madness Dell, who races in midfield at this stage, just ahead of Dignam, who's on the outer, then Manlaga, who after that error has gone back through the field. Matt Toad is still right towards the back as well, as the leader Paddock Wood still charging along, leading Clyco, has really setting very strong fractions here as they head towards the next flight. So Paddock Wood out in the lead from Clyco, 3 lengths back to Saratoga, Bibimus, then behind these Barbizon on the outside of Quinta de Largo and Pourquoi Papa as they stepped over that. Mustang de Broy, a mistake in midfield by Glen to Glen. Ames comes next from Madness Dell. Winston Jr. tracks the blue cap of Mino de Mott at this stage, and then behind these is Dignam as they make their way down the side. So Paddock Wood and Clyco, Bibimus on the inside of Saratoga, and then behind these Quinta de Largo, Pourquoi Papa, Mustang de Broy well placed. Ames comes next. Mino de Mott tracks Bertatea as they arrive at the next flight of hurdles. Still towards the back we have at this stage Olé Olé, who's towards the rear. Manlaga still quite well back in company with Dignam as they make the turn, and they have 4 left to take. So Paddock would have set a brisk pace to this point. The grey Clyco in second place, Bibimus and Saratoga the next 2. Mustang de Broy travelling up nicely with Barbazon as they make their way towards the next fight. Quinta de Largo and Pourquoi Papa over next, just ahead of Ames, then Bertutea, Winston Jr., Glen to Glen as they make their way on towards the next with Dignam, Manlager, Olay. Then behind those the Mighty Celt, who's towards the back with Hardy Stuff. Also towards the rear is Harwa, Mac Toad, and also in that rear division is Banjo. So racing towards the 3rd last and running down the hill now, they swing left-handed, and out in the lead Paddockwood from Clyco still holds the aces. Then behind these BB Moss, but a lot of horses massing in behind now with Saratoga, Quinta de Largo, Mustang de Broy towards the outside. Mino de Mont begins to make some progress, and then behind these Quinta de Largo pushed along his Barbers, and there was a faller back in the field which was Olay. Ames is making good ground behind the leaders, so is Winston Jr., who's beginning to pick them off, and Manlager switched towards the inside, making belated progress. 2 out, Paddockwood, Clyco, Saratoga, Quinta de Largo, and on the outside Mustang de Broy. Ames comes next, being followed through by Bibi Mus, who makes some ground. Winston Jr. picking the way through horses as they spin the final turn towards the last. Clyco and Saratoga from Quinta de Largo, Bibi Mus, Winston Jr. Then behind these in 6th place and ridden along Mustang de Broy over the last, and it's Saratoga from Clyco. Winston Jr. in 3rd place as they set off up this elongated running. It is Saratoga from Clyco. Winston Jr. Pourquoi Papa is next, but it's Saratoga out in front for Mark Walsh on the run up towards the line, and it is Saratoga. A birthday winner for JP McManus beats Winston Jr. Clyco, Pourquoi Papa, Quinta de Largo, the Mighty Celt, Manlager, then Mustang de Broy, again then to Banjo next across the line from Dignam, then all the way back to the likes of Bertutea. I can see the loose horse Olay galloping past me. Hardy Stuff towards the rear as well. Weak in the market, but Saratoga, the grey, strong at the finish. Good running second from Winston Jr., who came from well back. Clyco ran a mighty race considering how close he was to the pace. Pourquoi Papa in 4th. In 5th, he'd get the extra place. Quinta de Largo, the Mighty Celt, and Manlager, for whom it just happened too fast. Never nearer than 7th. Mustang de Broy couldn't really see too many excuses. The green and gold battalions were lined up on the lawn. It was Saratoga who fired the winning shot.
And Richard, what an SP that is. So eye-catching last time, fancied by so many. Mark Walsh wins on Saratoga as big as 13-2 this morning, but it's gone off at 10-1. AP as we pick it up absolutely in the van. Your first reaction being beaten by your boss?
Well, it's his birthday, I suppose. I should be happy for him, shouldn't I? Yeah, he was in a good position all the way, Saratoga. He jumped much better than he had done any of his 3 runs before. Brilliant for Padraig Roach. He trained as Brazil as half colour to win this race as well. And to produce him today, like the way he did Padraig, he didn't have winning. Fair play to him, good performance.
Really good performance. And Mark Walsh, just looking at him as he goes past the line, that feeling never gets old. Riding a winner here is, well, it's the best.
Mark, that was incredibly impressive. I mean, after the last, it looked in no doubt.
Yeah, I got a brilliant run, I got a great start, I got out good and handy. I'm sitting upside Sam twisting Davies the whole way, 3rd or 4th. Went a good gallop. Hold on, Kate, hold on. Went a good gallop, and Sam actually said to me going down to the 5th last hurdle, says these 2 in front of us aren't going to be able to lead us. So going down to the 2nd last hurdle, this was happening, so I just got him out and he winged the 2nd last, and he went about and done very easy.
We knew the battalions were lined up for the boss, JP McManus, on his 75th birthday today, but well done. You've delivered the boss his birthday winner.
Yeah, brilliant. And Padraig Roach, very good friend of mine, trained this as well as he trained Brazil, so this lad is actually Brazil's half brother, so great for them all.
And it's a massive week for you. You've got so many fancied rides. Which is the one you're most looking forward to out of the best of the rest?
All of them. Sure, look, it's Cheltenham. You're looking forward to riding every race, so every single one.
Well, you've had 15 winners already. I'm sure you're going to add to the tally this week. Well done, Mark.
Thank you.
And Saratoga leaves 643 of you going for £250,000 in the ITV7. All the horses and jockeys are okay after the juvenile handicap hurdle. Katie Young led up the winner. That's going to be a popular combination. They're partners, aren't they, those two?
Yeah, lovely. Fundamental piece. Yeah, lovely. But like, look, the price he went off. Like, how on earth did this horse go off that price? Earlier in the week, he was favoured for this and short price.
And he looked unbelievable. Every time he walked past us in the paddock, myself and Mick kept looking and said, "What's that? What's that?" He stood out an absolute mile. But not only. Look, the horse has improved, his jumping was so much better today, but Mark Walsh deserves credit for this because I think he was so well positioned throughout. There was crazy fractions on in the first couple of furlongs, but he was handy, travelling nicely, and he just managed to keep saving the whole way.
When you can give one, like AB will tell you, when you can give one a little squeeze after turn, and you know you've got plenty of horse, you know you're not going to get caught.
Yeah, as Meg said, Don Mark gave him a brilliant ride. He was in a great position, and he was, as Mickey said, kicked off the bend. He was home and gone. Yeah, it's all very well riding good horses like back to file and all that, but riding competitive handicaps, it's so important to be in a good position, and that's what Mark Walsh was, and fair play to him, give him a brilliant ride.
And fair play to him too, because since he effectively lost the job to Harry Cobden, who'll be in green and gold next season, AP, this has been quite a response from Mark Walsh, the DRF, and it seemed to me that punch of the air as he passed the post had a bit of vigour in it.
Yeah, of course it is. You keep your head down and you keep going, you keep trying to ride winners. That's what it's all about. Sport is hard. Mark has had a phenomenal run of it, and he's a brilliant jockey, and I'm sure he'll ride plenty more winners.
Let's go to Matt.
Well, here he is. Happy birthday, dear JP. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Never had an interview like that before, have you, JP?
No, I met Michael O'Leary today. He wished me a happy birthday, and he said, "Only the good die young." So,
well, he does say some sensible things from time to time.
Yeah.
85 Cheltenham Festival winners, JP. It's been incredible, and on a special day, this will mean much.
Yeah, every winner in Cheltenham is very, very special. And that one, I go back a long time with Padraig's father, Christy. I won it with his full brother a couple of years ago at Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
Yeah. So they were praying that the ground would be fast because he bounces off it. So they were worried that the ground might have been a bit too soft for him a couple of weeks ago. But every day it was drying out. We were very happy with this house.
There's so much history in the family as well, isn't it, with Christy and Borig Roach as well, because of course Christy, who gave Secreto, who beat El Gran Senor in the Derby, is one of the greatest Derby rides of all time.
I remember it well, my cost.
You'd have been in with the Sangster crew, were you?
Well, I was in with them all, but
I was in with them all. JP, that is a great line. I was in with them all. Just tell me about this week in general. Obviously, this is a big day. This horse has run really well. How difficult was it to run Factor File in the Ryanair rather than the Gold Cup?
Well, he wasn't entered for the Gold Cup for a reason. That I was afraid I'd be tempted to run it. Because I worry that he mightn't get the trip, And the Ryanair, I know everybody wants to win the Gold Cup, and none more than myself. But I felt that it was the right thing for the horse.
And you are a man who loves your horses, and you put John Ball in against Factor File. I mean, that was a bit unkind on Factor File, wasn't it?
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Is he not an absolute definite runner, John Ball, would you say?
Listen, let's see. A lot will happen between now and Thursday,
It's your party, JP.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
As George Ezra now takes over the singing from Matt. Time flies by. And here is the green and golds. JP McManus, Cheltenham Festival winner number 85. Mark Walsh, number 15, courtesy of Saratoga. Who, Anthony, just got first run on you, didn't you?
Yeah, look, he got a very good ride, and he's obviously a good horse. He was a good horse in the flat when Aidan had him, and he got a very good ride. But it's a good race. It's a great race, the Predmender. It's a hard race to win, and it's a good spectacle.
And on Race IQ, it was the jumping that proved decisive. He gained nearly 5 lengths on Winston Jr., who just landed flat-footed. Was it 2 hours, which was expensive?
Yeah, a couple of times. He was in the middle of the mall, and he's only had his fourth run over hurdles, so hopefully he'll improve for that. But great for JP and for Noreen to have a winner. Great for him to have a winner on his birthday as well.
Tell you what, they won't be finished there. We'll wait to see if John Bond will take his chance on Thursday. That'd be quite something. There's the winner. He's returned with a Betfair SP of over 14 and touched more than 16 at one point. Was friendless in the market, but they could still win. And Saratoga, 10-1, will loom into vision here. What an SP that is. Winston Jr. second at 5's run really well for you there, AP. Klitko's run a big race for Connections. Richard Bandy and co at 40-1. Some effort that. Pourquoi Papa was in 4th. And Quinta Delago was in 5th, who had first 5. And the Mighty Celt finished in 6th, if you had a bookmaker who's paying first 6 in the McCoy Contractors Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. Fancied by many after the run last time, Saratoga has delivered in the Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. But soon it's going to be all about the big one at 4 o'clock. Who will train the winner of the Unibet Champion Hurdle of 2026?
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
You said you'd get the lawnmower ready 30 minutes ago, but you decided to sneak in some Amazon Spring deals instead. Oh dear. Grab any tool, Gary. Just look busy. Amazon Spring Deal Days. Up to 40% off. Ends Monday.
When it comes to retirement advice, the last thing you want is to be put into a bucket. Seen simply as this type, that type, or the other type. At Fisher Investments UK, we never put you into a bucket. We always treat you as an individual, tailoring retirement advice that's just right for you. Fisher Investments UK, retirement advice that's as individual as you are.
I didn't think you lads would turn up this year. Everyone knows Cheltenham's our patch. The last time you were the winner here, you still had an economy. We're too busy trying to win a proper tournament. Yes, mate.
River dancers.
Queue lovers, stew eaters, penalty chokers. Title munchers! It's embarrassing. We're just having a bit of crack here. Sorry.
Whoever you're backing this Cheltenham, get a completely free bet on any race on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Paddy Power.
Your home is full of life. When odours linger, your nose knows they steal the joy. Airwick 24/7 Active Fresh Auto Spray, made with 95% naturally derived ingredients and without aerosol. So your home smells as fresh as it feels. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
We all want to be treated fairly. It's just how it should be. At British Gas, our existing energy customers get the same great deals, if not better, as new ones. Fair's fair. British Gas. Taking care of things.
When there is still so much to figure out, it's so good to know where to begin. Powered by over 55 years of research, Royal Canon's precise nutrition is tailored for cats and dogs' unique needs. At every life stage, discover the Royal Canin range at zooplus.co.uk, your expert for pet supplies.
The greatest of all time is not who you think. The GOAT is a horse. Witness true greatness and get a completely free bet on day one this Cheltenham with Sky Bet.
I do love massive long shots, a tasty Irish number, and shouting, "Go on, you beauty!"
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
One of the great and most dramatic champion hurdles, that. The next edition is just over an hour away. Saratoga's won here at Cheltenham. There's the winning jockey. And Ruby Walsh, it seems to me, Mark Walsh is really out to prove a point at the minute.
He most certainly is, Ed, and he's proven it in no uncertain terms. But Sir Anthony is always saying races can't be won at the start, but they can be lost, and that did happen to Winston Jr. We'll watch him through here. Saratoga's going to be on the left ear shot, the grey horse on the Mark Walsh. He gets a great shot, but keep watching Winston Jr. in the blue colours as they go through the start. This is obviously on a turn, and the horse on the outside rolling. We'll watch Jack Kennedy disappear here as he gets squeezed out and clipped heels. Roundabout now, see him going down, and he gets pushed right back in the field from the word go, and then you're on the back foot. Saratoga loads of daylight in front of him all the way up past the stands. He's sat in third, whereas Winston Jr. is 2/3 the way back down the inside. His jumping lets him down in the back straight. Lands flat-footed at the middle hurdle in the back straight, whereas Saratoga turns off the top of the hill. There's Winston Jr. wall of horses in front of him. Mark Walsh in the right place every step of the way here. Pings the third last, rolls up besides it the second last, and again Jack is still looking for room in behind, but when you get pushed back you need a bit of luck. Mark was in control, rounds off the bend, gives this horse a squeeze, comes alive going to the last and jumps it really well, but he was just in the right place from the word go. But the trend is starting to appear. Old Park Star always close to the pace, Cargisi made off, Saratoga close to the pace. It's not paying to be dropped in this afternoon.
And a punch of the air from Mark Walsh. So the champion hurdle is at 4. Between now and then we've got a really good betting race in the Ultima. Then it is the feature of the day, and the final race will be the Sun Racing plate at 4:40. We've just had the presentation here, and the best part of that presentation was seeing Noreen McManus here with JP. Noreen's had a really tough time of things of late, and great to see her here, and hopefully enjoying herself at Cheltenham as we go out and about with Ollie.
Well, just a stone's throw away from the Guinness Village, a very short walk, is the Orchard, and there is plenty to do away from the racecourse for the racegoers that are coming here. You can buy one of your outfits for the races from Holland Cooper there. I'm going to try and walk backwards. Thanks for going that way, Damien. I'm going to have to walk sideways now. To the right, you've got the Brooklands Watch Company. You've got some lovely racegoers here. We might try and grab a quick word with them if we can. I'm so sorry for interrupting your photo. How are you? What's your name?
Lorena.
Where are you all from?
We're from Bristol.
And first times to Cheltenham?
No.
Regulars?
Regulars, and yeah,
Happy
having a
days.
great day.
Where are the outfits from? Is it all Holland Cooper or a mishmash?
I've gone away from Holland and Cooper this year, so I've gone Queen of Archives.
Okay, well,
so...
you're right next to the Holland Cooper shop, so
I know,
whisper
I love
it,
you,
whisper
Jay.
it.
I love you, Jay, but I thought I'd go a bit more vintage and bold, and we're in the theatre, aren't we, really? So.
Is it just a day of the race, or are you celebrating anything?
I'm really celebrating, just laughing up.
You just said birthdays. I know everyone has a birthday. Is there anyone close?
Well, a few of our friends are turning 50 this year.
Oh, amazing.
We're not, but a few are. But yeah, just having a good time. We come every year, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, lovely to see you. Have a brilliant day, and happy birthday to everyone. You can get a watch. Hello. Jade's here. Yes, absolutely. Jade Holland Cooper is here. This is... that is Jade Holland Cooper. Everyone's in your outfit.
They are. They look amazing. It's so special to be in the Orchard this year. Wow.
It's a cool spot, isn't it?
I'm delighted. Yeah, look at this image. I mean, it's amazing.
You must be so proud of what you're doing. It's a British. It's really taken off.
So proud, and I've only been here for about an hour, and it's already been so immersive, so amazing, so many incredible people wearing it. Very special.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of it throughout the course of the week. Have a lovely week. Thank you very much to Jade. She's got to go back to her stall. Elsewhere, you can get a watch, and not only that, you can get a spa treatment as well. So maybe I'll go in there and get a pedicure or a manicure or something. I think I need it after my feet got soaked on the opening show. Now, I've got some stats. You're probably wondering why I'm carrying this sort of ripped up piece of paper. Well, here are some stats about Cheltenham. 45,000 bread rolls will be eaten during the week. More than 12,500 catering staff employed during the week. 8,000 gallons of tea and coffee will be drunk, and I love this one. 12 furlongs of sausage rolls have been produced for the racegoers here at Cheltenham. And I have to say, Guy Lavender, if you pan around, you can see lots of space here, lots of different sort of areas to go, lots of different things to buy. There's a huge shopping village as well behind the Orchard. But what you get is you get a real sense of space and everyone being able to enjoy a day in the races. They really have listened to the customers, and later on in the programme, we'll try and get an update on customer numbers, see how many people have come racing here today. But so far, all seems very positive here at Cheltenham.
Possibly too much detail at times in that report from Ollie, but great to see all the fun and games you can have at Cheltenham these days. It really is for everyone. You can see where Ollie is straight down the top there through the shopping villages away on the left. The retreat areas just appearing from behind that bridge. You can see more of Ollie, I'm pleased to say, tomorrow morning. The opening show, 9 o'clock start time, out and about in the middle of the track. On YouTube these days as well, and we'll have 6 live races for you tomorrow again from 12:45. The Queen Mother Champion Chase is the feature. The feature today is the Unibet Champion Hurdle. After weeks and months of will she, won't she, it's brilliant that Lossiemouth runs in the Champion Hurdle.
This is who you want to see. This is Lossiemouth.
The prolific Grade 1 winning mare.
One of the biggest talking horses of the festival.
Rich Ritchie, Willie Mullins, Thor Tarrant.
Lossiemouth, this is effortless. Keeping up the gallop, keeping a 2-length advantage. Another winner for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins.
What a buzz this must be.
Paul Townend is a fantastic jockey.
It is pretty simple when you're making very good horses.
Lossiemouth ghosting between runners.
Pricked her ears and absolutely pinged it.
So impressed. She's brilliant. She's got everything.
Rich Ritchie is an amazing winner.
Very calm horse. Moves beautifully.
3 consecutive festival victories.
Lossiemouth is absolutely phenomenal.
Willie Mullins is without doubt the greatest of all time.
Can she win again at the festival?
She's set to go off favourite in, 55 minutes' time. She's been a winning machine. Those 13 wins include 9 Grade 1s, 3 Cheltenham Festival wins. She's 4 out of 4 at Cheltenham, approaching £1 million in prize money. A fabulous mare. And these colours have won before in the Champion Hurdle. Andy Power did it. Fahim did it for the Richies. 53 minutes and 17 seconds till we get the answer of who will win the Champion Hurdle. But a good betting race to come before then. Richie.
Yes, the Trustmark Ultima Handicap Steeplechase. This is our first handicap chase of the meeting. Traditionally run on the first day. Not the race that the Irish have the best record in. They don't have that great a record in lots of handicap chases, but this one is particularly bleak. Can they reverse it this time around? And once again, the McManus horses are well to the fore. So, 3 miles and a furlong, headed by number 1 Iroko, a surprise absentee from Kelso last weekend. Comes here, John Joe Neal Jr. 2 is Handstands Ben Jones. 3 Resplendent Grey Sean Bowen. 4 Jaguar. Very tight in the market now. Mark Walsh looking for a double. This spot of a Greenhorn Josh Guerrero. 5 Blaze the Way, Danny Mullins already on the mark this week. 6 Levo Absence Rex Stingle. 7 Johnny Who. Richie McClernand. 8 is Confusion. Callum Bewley. 9, Search for Glory. James Smith claims 5, and 10, Stolen Silver. A ride for Olive Nichols, who also claims the £5. 11, Imperial Saint Callum Pritchard claiming 3. 12, Blow Your Wad. Freddie Mitchell claiming 3. 13, Highland. Suited by the ground, Nico de Boinville. 14, last year's winner Myertown Derek Fox, and 15 is the Doyen-Chief for Tom Bellamy. 16, Quebecois for Harry Cobden. 17, The Short Go. Dara O'Keefe. 18, Patter Merchant Jack Kennedy. 19, Philander, the first of the Huey Morrison pair. Remember those colours from Marble Arch in the champion hurdle years ago? Jonathan Burke. 20, Knight of Allen for Kieran Gethings. 21, Margaret's Legacy, Harry Bannister. And 22 for Ide for Sam Twiston Davis. So once again, a big field of handicappers. This one over fences, 3 miles, 1 furlong for the ultimate.
Yes, the Lassie Malt Silks at 4 o'clock. She's favourite for the champion hurdle. But we have a significant aperitif before that. Who've joined us. Saratoga gave JP McManus a birthday present. Simply One apologising in the Fred Winter. Gary Wiltshire here. Gary Wiltshire, the question people haven't bet here. It's live television, people betting. Gary Wiltshire, why did Saratoga drift so much?
I laid a monkey at 10 to 1, and I think we laid a monkey at 11 to 1, Brian. But JP will be on champagne tonight. We'll be on water.
Jaguar 3 to 1, Rocco 8 to 1, and JP also is the top 2 in the market. 8 to 1 Quebecois, Highland 12 to 1. Last year's winner, Mertown, is 12 to 1, and as Shruti is coming here momentarily, Patter Merchant 28 to 1, 25 to 1, now 22 to 1. Jack Kennedy, Patter Merchant.
Well, there's a horse running in this race called Handstands, who could conceivably have made into a Gold Cup horse this season if what Ben Pauling and his belief about this horse has been right. Tim Radford alongside as well, owner. Ben, I'll just start with you on this. How close was he to being a Gold Cup horse this season?
To be honest, this season hasn't gone to plan. You know, he looked rusty and slow at Carlisle. We had a wind issue at in the Betfair, and then obviously last time out was soon after his wind up. Actually ran nearly a career best again in the Fleur-de-Lis. And he's come out of it really well. So we're probably a long way off running in the Gold Cup realistically, but he's a horse that I believe has the ability to be of that level at some point.
And Tim, Ben mentions the Fleur-de-Lis. He actually ran a really encouraging race. I mean, he picked it up in the home straight against Protection.
He got his head in front at one stage, but yeah, I mean, we were wrong in the weights, weren't we? I mean, 8 pounds wrong with the winner, so it was an impossible ask really on the day. But he ran a good race. I mean, he ran nearly an all-time best on his RPR form. I think it was 167 he ran.
Well, I hope you don't mind me. I was just earwigging what you were both saying, talking about the price and the fact that he was 16 to 1 a couple of weeks ago. Just looking here now, he's into about 11th.
Yeah.
Is that still a good backable price, do you think?
Oh, I couldn't comment on it.
Trainer, this is for the trainer.
Look, it's always going to be a good price if it comes off, isn't it? But he's got near top weight in a very competitive handicap, and we all know what they say, and it's very true. If you're a graded horse amongst handicap company, you probably could win. So we'll see.
Best of luck.
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah, competitive it is, and let's have a look at a few. Number 1 is Iroko, who was 4th in last year's Grand National, so he certainly stays. His form this year has been working out very well, but he's got 12 stone on his back.
Well, we've heard a lot about Handstands, and now you can see him. He's got those cheek pieces on for the first time. He needs to find the form of last year. If he does, he's a player. If he runs like he's been running this year, he won't be in the business.
Number 4 won at the festival last year in the plate. He's stepping up in trip this time around. His jumping can be a little bit sticky, but maybe going a stride slower will help him.
Next one we see is Blazed Away. Well, we've already seen Danny Mullins in the winners enclosure. Can we see Danny Mullins riding a winner for his mum, Mags? And this horse has got form here at Cheltenham. Interesting contender.
Johnny Who was narrowly beaten last year in the Kim Muir. He's a really strong finisher, but can be let down by his jumping. He's had a wind operation and cheek pieces go on today.
Confusion, really interesting runner actually. Joel Parkinson and Sue Smith teaming up now on the licence. Sue Smith did train the winner of this race a few years ago. This horse looks really well in the paddock walking around.
Another who I thought looked great is Highland. He's got cheek pieces on for the first time and has gone well at Cheltenham previously. The drying ground will have helped his chances as well.
Oh, Town. Which Town are we going to get? Are we going to get the one that bolted up here last year? He's a stone higher. He's got the ability, but he just needs the jump.
Quebecois, who has been aimed for this race for a while, steps back up in trip, which will certainly help him. Narrowly beaten at the track a couple of starts back, and he's had plenty of each-way support.
Well, Michael Scudamore alongside me, part of the team that's responsible for Town. Well, here we are again with Town. But what sort of Town do we have going into this year's Ultimate?
Obviously the form this year hasn't been as strong as we probably would have liked. Yeah, it probably hasn't been as good a form as we would have liked up until this point either.
A few winners of the weekend, though.
Exactly, things have come back now, and look, if he's in the form he was last year, then hopefully he should go close.
What are the signs that might be the case?
Oh, look, he's been in great form at home. We're really pleased. I think he looks fantastic here today, and yeah, so look, if he can get in the same sort of rhythm he did last year, then who knows?
Wish you the best of luck.
Brilliant, thanks, Richard. Now, Ruby Walsh, Jaguar. I mean, if you had a cliff horse, I think it's this one. Going in again?
No, I'm off the cliff in the sea and I don't really feel like drowning, so no, I don't think I'm going to go with Jaguar. And I can't really make any excuse from Cheltenham the last day. He was in a good position all the way. He sat 6th. Donica in the red and blue is the eventual winner. Good ditch or good jump at the fence of the Rose, the hill, put him on Donica's tail, ran down behind him off the home turn. John just switches him out to go and have a go at Donica. Quickens up, gets to him at the last fence. Doesn't get the better jump, but does get the quicker jump and gets himself in front. And now he's going to win, but he doesn't win. And Donica battles back on the James Davis, and Jaguar's going to win, and then all of a sudden he's not going to win. I don't know why. He's up another £3 for it, but for a horse I thought was going to be a graded horse, he's been beaten now in 2 handicaps, and I'm afraid I'm against Jaguar.
Been very well back now, Jaguar. 5-2 at the minute. Also in the green and gold, a Rocco at 7-1. You'll feel my pain here, Ruby, because standing next to Anthony is a bit like when you were riding AP. Like you used to beat yourself up. You're still thinking about the race that got away in the last.
A little disappointed with the Fred Winter, but anyway, nice for the boss that he won.
He was turning for home, wasn't he? You've watched it a few times.
I got away in a little bit, but look, that's done and gone.
Yeah, but you used to be able to get on another horse and ride again. You can't do that anymore.
No. Anyway, hopefully one of them. Aroko and Jaguar, I actually thought all along that Aroko would be able to give £5 to Jaguar every day of the week, but then I read, when you read with the Greenall and Guerrero team say that Jaguar is a much quicker and faster horse. But we'll see. It's a very good race. It's a brilliant ultimate, so competitive. You look at the likes of Handstands, Town, who was very disappointing last year, but was a good winner of this race last year, but he's so disappointing last time. I like Aroko. I think he's he's got plenty of weight, but I think he's a good horse.
Okay, Rocco for you at 7-1. Quebecois. Is PFN coming to the party here?
Oh, I really hope so. I'd love nothing more than for the McNeil family to have a winner at the Cheltenham Festival. Quebec were obviously running in the Ultima, which is a race that Max's business sponsors, and it's very much been a plan. Back up and trip will help him. I thought he had a solid each-way chance, but I'm sort of hanging off the edge of the cliff a little bit. Upsides Mick with Jaguar, because we just both sort of felt stepping him up in trip may be the key. So I'm clinging on by my fingernails to the cliff with Jaguar.
No, you're not, because I'm dragging you over the cliff with me with Jaguar. Even at that price. Even at 5-2. The prices I don't like, but I think the horse I do. I think that raised the last thing. You watch where all those horses were when they jumped the last. Those two quickened and they gave way to Donica, who'd been ridden with restraint for the first time. I just think that Jaguar, I feel he's better than he's mark, and today could be the day to prove it. And he's the one with the star on his cap there with Mark Walsh. Rocco was in front of him in the white cap, and then you got Johnny who's in the green and gold cap as well for JP McManus. So a reminder, if you need to get out and about and do a school run or anything, the champion hurdle is still to come this afternoon. It is just 45 minutes away. There's Philandera in those Marble Arch colours, and Ide was going out. There's Philandera in behind the starred cap of Jaguar. We got a glimpse of Ide as well. Right, Mick, do you want 2 in this?
Yeah.
Go for it.
look, I always want to. The other horse that I like in here is Nicky Henderson's horse, Highland. I think the ground drying out will definitely help him. He's got some decent form. He's a winner here over course and distance at Cheltenham. I know it was a smaller field race, but he has run well in big field handicaps in the past, and he looked really well in the paddock. Those cheek pieces might just make the job a little bit easier for him. There you can see him. You can just watch his ears as well. Very often when they put headgear on a horse, you'll see their ears become more active because their vision is limited with those cheek pieces.
Do you want another one to go with Quebecois?
Well, I've gone just about Jaguar as well, haven't I? But I do think we should give a mention to Blaze the Way, who beat Lompressa here back in December. I sort of thought he'd go on and back that run up, but last time, I mean, I do not know what happened at Nace. He's run
very bad ground.
He's run a stinker, and hopefully that is the reason. So back on better ground, back at Cheltenham again. Saw him in the paddock. He's not very big, mind, so I'm worried he might be bullied a little bit in a big field.
Danny riding for his mum in the two blue colours, light and dark blue, right in the middle of things in there. Can I throw another few horses at you, Mick?
Yeah.
You shouldn't give up on Confusion just yet.
No, absolutely not. And like I said, he really caught the eye walking around the paddock. He's a lovely big horse. He's actually been climbing his way up the ratings, and he's run some really good races. Look, I just feel that looking at him and the team, they know what it takes to win a race like this. They've won it before, so I just feel that I would definitely have him on my shortlist.
5-2 Jaguar, 13-2 Iroko, Quebecois at 15-2, then it's 10-1 Bar.
Yes, Jaguar very popular along the rails. Bookmakers generally 11-4 with Hooper, Fitzbeth, Star Sports, Pat O'Hare, and also Macbeth's 11-4, 15-2 Iroko. Few quid each way for Richard Johnson Racing, of course, the Gold Cup winning jockey. Imperial Saint 20-1 into 16-1.
Just late on, there's nibbles for handstands, and Knight of Allen's been quite well supported on the exchanges throughout the course of the day, but ultimately this is about one horse, and Jaguar has been really heavily backed for the ultimate. Yeah, I just want to get AP's take on Meyertown. What do you make of him, Champs? Like, he
looks like he shot the bits, to be honest. Fell in the Corrigal, a couple of heads, whatever it was. Pulled up in head-off last time. Just doesn't look like he's anywhere near them. You can't believe he actually won this race as easy as he did last year.
But he obliterated the field in this race.
I mean, he was so impressive in the race last year. You can't actually believe it's the same horse, but very, very difficult to fancy him in anything that he's done. I actually thought the horse of Gary and Josh Moore's Blue Your Wad could run alright at a big price. Thought he ran alright in the race at Ascot behind John Bond, and then he ran well in a 2.5 mile handicap in Newbury a couple of weeks ago. But it's such a competitive race, and as you said, handstands, they thought it was going to be a Gold Cup horse, and three would be better in this ground as well. Make a case for any of them.
There's Meyertown, who blitzed the field last time. On the far side, the bright orange colours of Richard Johnson's Racing Syndicate. They had it right off last time.
Yeah, they did. This horse is not without a chance, you know. He's quite closely weighted with a couple of these, which are stronger fancied than him. Oh, we have one just being a bit awkward on the outside.
That is Margaret's Legacy. Harry Bannister having a tough time with things. Old Warren Greatrix is gelding. Far left as we look there. Others to pick out was Splendid Grey, far left. They're getting going, Richard.
Margaret's Legacy has jumped away with them as they charge towards the first. Quebecois is up there, Blaze the Way, Blow the Wad, and Meyertown towards the inside. They're all front wave in company as well with Johnny Who. This is the first of 20. Margaret's Legacy on the outside of Resplendent Grey, much more prominent in these first-time blinkers as they set foot over the first. Handstands was a little sticky, short run to the second. Quebecois on the inside of Resplendent Grey as they take fence number 2. Confusion is in a handy spot with Meyertown, Blaze the Way, Margaret's Legacy wider out, Johnny Who, leave of absence, Imperial Saint. Blow Your Wad drifts back to midfield as Highland is posted wide as they've already got their sights on the next. Iroko Jaguars well back at the moment in company with Philanderer. Then the short go towards the inside, Knight of Alen from the Doyen-Chief as we take fence number 3. Hyde was the back marker over it, was detached by a couple of lengths, and Stolen Silver was ridden away from it. At this stage, Patter Merchant towards the back, and likewise Search for Glory as they turn down towards the side. So racing on towards the next fence, and out in the lead, Quebecois in company with Confusion, Resplendent Grey and Margaret's Legacy as they all took that okay. Just behind these we have Highland, who's now got into a slightly better position, only a couple off the rail. Philanderer comes next, just ahead of Iroko in the white cap. Handstands has made ground on the outside of the field. Johnny Who, Imperial Saint landed a bit flat-footed there, bumped along in midfield in the gold colours. But as they continue their progress down the side of the racecourse and heading on towards one of the open ditches, Quebecois from Margaret's Legacy as they took that, Confusion and Mayatown just behind the leaders in company with Highland Handstands and Philanderer. Iroko Johnny Who comes next from Blaze the Way, just ahead of Leave of Absence, Imperial Saint towards the inside of the short go. Jaguar wasn't great there and is only about 5 behind at this stage, including Stolen Silver. One that is struggling is Patter Merchant. Ide is towards the back as well. The Doyen Chief and Knight of Erlen. So they're turning left-handed, climbing uphill and racing towards the next. Margaret's Legacy, Quebecois, Resplendent Grey are the first 3. Confusion over in 4th place from Handstands, Highland and Mayatown. Knight of Erlen made a slight mistake. Iroko's travelling comfortably just behind the leaders with Philanderer, Johnny Who and Imperial Saint as they begin the turn downhill. Blaze the Way from Search for Glory. The Doyen Chief was a bit short of room there, just snatched up between Blow Your Wad, Leave of Absence and Knight of Erlen. Jaguar pulled towards the outside but remains well back in the field at the moment with Patter Merchant, Stolen Silver, the Doyen Chief and Ide. But the field still, I think, completely intact as they run downhill on towards the next fence. Quebecois on the inside of Margaret's Legacy and Resplendent Grey. Confusion up the inner of Highland as they take this with Handstands next. All pop over that okay as well. So they're the leading bunch. Iroko continues to travel comfortably. Philanderer towards the outside, one of those in a noseband. And then Search for Glory, who's made steady progress on the outside of Blaze the Way. Johnny Who continues to race in midfield. Mayatown, not that far off the leaders, in fact, in the red colours of Black Epaulets, picking him out now in about 7th or 8th place. Jaguar still towards the back and having to cover a little bit of ground to try and get a little closer as they've now just about completed a circuit. Quebecois, Margaret's Legacy, Resplendent Grey and Confusion are the first ones over that. And in fact, Knight of Erlen makes a great recovery, but cost a lot of ground. Ryder regains a pedal. It was a great sit by Kieran Gethings as they make their way up the home straight. So out in the lead, Quebecois has the lead by about 3 parts of a length from Margaret's Legacy, Confusion. Resplendent Grey from Highland, then Handstands, who's on the inside, Mayatown. Next behind these towards the outside is Search for Glory. See them over this. Quebecois getting into a nice rhythm. Jaguar just trying to get a little bit more involved now, is making some ground. As they turn away, it's Quebecois who's led them every step of the way just about in the ultimate.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's enjoying himself as well. Mayertown right down the inside of those red colours. He's actually jumped really well. Jaguar wide outside, far left of shot with that white face. He's been jumping a bit better when he's had a little bit of daylight, AP.
Yeah, he has. Imperial Saint, I think, fell there. Jaguar missed a few fences early, making a bit back, but he's got a bit late. Now, Roko's been on off the bridle. Mayertown has actually been going better, and he has gone for a while.
Confusion it was who came down, did hamper Imperial Saint, Stolen Silver and Knight of Erlen after that error calls it a day. So out in front it's Quebecois with Margaret's Legacy, Handstands on the outside of Resplendent Grey. Johnny Who continues to travel comfortably just behind the leaders. The Doyen Chiefs make ground, then Highland. Behind those is Search for Glory on the outside. Philanderer comes next. Jaguar picking the way through the field in company with the short go. Mayatown was next from Blaze the Way, Blow Your Wad. Iroko's beginning to struggle. Then behind these we have Leave of Absence, Imperial Saint, Ide beginning to pull up, and likewise I think Stolen Silver continuing but well out of touch. 4 fences to take. This is the final open ditch. Quebecois has the lead from Margaret's Legacy. Resplendent Grey, Highland jumps up well. Just behind these the Doyen Chief. Then towards the outside, Search for Glory. Johnny Who, Jaguar just trying to pick his way through traffic at the moment with Handstands dropping back into his lap. The short go, then Blaze the Way. Then towards the inside is Blow Your Wad. So Quebecois it is, will lead the turn down towards the third last. From in second, Margaret's Legacy, Highland the Grey up the inside, Resplendent Grey towards the outer. Then Search for Glory, Blaze the Way's white-faced in Johnny Who. Jaguar is getting closer towards the wide outside. Then behind these we have the short go. So racing over 3 from the finish. Quebecois, a bad mistake then by Margaret's Legacy. Hampered as well, Resplendent Glory. Highland is now poised on the outside of Quebecois as they make the turn. In third is Search for Glory. Blaze the Way comes next. Behind these, Johnny Who trying to get involved. The short go. Jaguar under pressure, but he's getting now a little bit closer to the leaders. Then Mayatown behind those on the inside and ridden along the Doyen Chief. Quebecois leads the turn for home from Highland. Then towards the inside, Johnny Who. Search for Glory. Jaguar continues to make ground on the outside as they took 2 from the finish. Quebecois has the lead from Search for Glory. Then in third, Johnny Who and Highland. Quebecois is over the last. Search for Glory blunders and unseats the rider. It's Johnny Who who's now in pursuit of Quebecois and Jaguar, and on the outside, Blow Your Wad.
Johnny Who takes the lead. Quebec one on the inside. Jaguar as they race up towards the line. Johnny Who beat Jaguar Quebecois and blow your wad. Tight for fifth because leave of absence nearly caught Highland. You may have been eased down there. Behind those was blazed away Imperial Saint. Iroko comes next in the short go. The Doyen Chief finished. And then behind those Margaret's Legacy, you made a mistake. Stolen Silver's got round, as has Resplendent Grey. Johnny Who, runner-up at the festival last year. Cheek pieces on, Richie McClernand on. Big day for him. Just held off Jaguar, who just got too far back. He made steady progress, but he couldn't reel them in. I think he did get second in a JP 1-2 with Quebecois, who led them a merry dance in third. Fourth will go to Blow Your Wad. If we just roll it through for the extra place if possible, because I thought live, I looked back, Highland was getting closed on by leave of absence. There's the loose horse, Search for Glory is okay. Highland just tired, a leave of absence has rattled home and nicked fifth, if that is important to you. So a quick fire double and a 1-2 this time for J.P. McManus, Johnny Who and Richie McClernand at Cheltenham Festival.
And the O'Neills have a Cheltenham Festival winner. John Joe's winning this for a fourth time. Famously, he won it with Witch the Lineman and UAP. But I imagine you're going to enjoy this for Richie McClernand. He's an Ultima specialist.
He's a brilliant lad. He's won an Alfie Shire in Hollywell. He gave this lad a brilliant ride. He was second here at the festival last year. Richie had a pretty bad injury and missed a little bit of time. But he gave this horse a brilliant ride. Jaguar was a little bit unlucky. He made a few mistakes and got a bit far back. He was a little bit novice at times, but brilliant for Richie and brilliant for John Joe. He, as you said, he's been a specialist at winning this race, and Harry Cobden gave the horse up Paul's a really good ride in front. He just got outstayed, really, I think.
Yeah, frustrating. He sort of did the hard work on the front end, but it was Johnny who caught him. And actually, be interesting to see what he says, because it looked as if he was lucky to dodge that unseated horse at the last and sidestepped him just in time and flew up the hill. Rich McClernand, it's great to see him riding winners, a big part of that John Joe O'Neill team.
Richie, I don't think we can put into words just how much that means. I am safe to say you are the old boy of the weighing room these days. 7 weeks on the sidelines. You worked so hard to get back. Well done.
It was tough, but well, thank you to everyone at the NHS in Gloucester for had a great operation there. Very good surgeon, very good team. PGA and the IJF, everyone in Oaksey House. And you know, you're in a rush to get back to ride good horses, and makes it special on a day like today.
At this stage in your career, when you have an injury like that, was there ever a moment where you thought, I'm done?
No. I still think I have a bit of life in me yet. But you know, you're just always hoping you get on a horse like this, and I'm very lucky to be involved with the O'Neill team. Great family in the McManus family, very supportive of me.
It's your third win in this race, yeah. But I mean, he stormed up the hill there.
Yeah, I travelled nicely through the race. Thought the ground was a little quick. Everything just unfolded for me. Jumped when I needed him to, and you know, he answered every call. So absolutely thrilled.
The big boys on the stand, AP, Mick Fitz, just eulogising about what an absolute professional you are. You are the definition of a jump jockey.
We're all, like, this is a young lad here, Ben Macy, very promising condition and with the yard. You know, I was at his stage at one point, but I just worked hard, stayed with the right people, and I've got my reward. So, thank you very much.
And you deserve it. Well done.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What lovely words from Richie there. He's had the problem with the eye. Thanking the Injured Jockeys Fund who are here today. They've got their own stall here today. You can learn about all the things they do and how they put you back together a few times. He won here at 18 to win another big SP, denying Jaguar and just made too many mistakes.
Did he? Yeah, he made a mistake early on. He got the ditch the first time around at the top of the hill and got a bit far back. He wasn't giving Mark an easy time of it, and then he pulled him out and got him going and got him in a good position again. He looks like a horse that could run well in the Grand National. But brilliant for Richie McClernand. He's a real, as Alice said, he's a brilliant professional. He's hard as nails, and you know, he's ridden a lot of winners for Illinois as well. So there's no better place to ride in front of him than Cheltenham and walk down that chute in front of all those people.
After everything he's been through, look at him. He's going to really enjoy this. Richie, it's a race to watch back a few times. Oh, the Jigginstown horse so unlucky here and out the side door. And Quebecois in front for so long. with the McManus green and gold flying at the death.
But it's like torture watching Jaguar going round because he misses fences for sport, puts himself in the back foot, gets into an impossible position. But this will mean an awful lot to Richie. But also for, look at that, John Hill Jr. He knows what this will mean to his brother AJ and to his dad John Joe. This is a huge deal for them, especially in these colours for JP.
Here's the turn Quebecois on the right. Chicken stand horse on the left. Who was in there pitching big time. You had a word with Dad and the McNeils?
Yeah, look, they're delighted but heartbroken at the same time. Quebec was done so little wrong. I mean, he's still a novice. Going into next season, if he remains a novice another year on his back, he's going to be an exciting horse going forward. He runs so well with limited experience and a big handicap. You know, the likes of Jaguar, the likes of Johnny, so many runs in big fields underneath their belt already, and experience can be telling in these big fields, but a nice fun horse to go forward with.
There is our winner, Johnny, who threatens so often. He's delivered today. Matt.
Yeah, and here's the winning combination. AJ O'Neill, John Joe, the man, of course, who made history here on Dawn Run. Champion hurdle, Gold Cup. Boys, this is terrific. Wind operation last time, and boy, did it make a difference, AJ. We'll go to the main man first.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Richie gave him a great ride, and he was in the right place all the time, and he's just great to see it all work out.
He got in a bit close, either 3 or 4 out, John Joe, but came right back on the bridle straight away. He was like a new horse.
Yeah, he was going too well at the time. Richie took a pull, you know.
You never know quite whether Richie's taking a pull or pushing, to be honest. But he's done a great job. You'll be delighted with Richie because he rides a lot of these horses for JP, and he's been around a long time, and this horse ran a cracker in the Kinmure. He's done a great job for you here.
Yeah, Richie, he's done a great job for us from the day he came, really. He's a great rider, he's a great judge, and a lovely fellow to be around. So, what more do you want? Two good horses for him to ride, and he's happy.
And AJ, in some ways, he's been a little bit of a nearly horse. He's not a nearly horse anymore. He's a champion.
Yeah, exactly. He just missed out.
And make sure you're with us on Friday. Go